I mean, I don't know. I'm actually listening to this audiobook now, and it's called Failing Forward. And it basically just talks about like the only way you can succeed is to fail forward. So it's like no matter what pace, everyone moves at their own pace, but you gotta like learn to take risks and stuff like that, and like expect failure.
Failing forward,
and look forward to it. It's a short one too. And they're like, you gotta like look forward to failure, or they're like the most successful people in life aren't afraid of failure. They look forward to it because they know they'll get something out of it.
That is a beautiful way of looking at life. Failing forward.
By John C. Maxwell, yeah.
Turning mistakes into stepping stones. See, that sounds cool in theory until like you fail so badly you have to fucking start from ground zero again.
Well, so here's the thing. Like he talks about it. He's just like, although I'll say this about the book. Some of the examples he gives aren't failing. Like he's like how this lady, I forget her name, Casey Ann. I forget her name, but she's
Casey
like
Anthony. I'm joking.
She failed forward. She killed her kids and then didn't go to jail. So she definitely failed forward.
I said Casey Anthony. Yeah.
I forget the name, but she's like she owns like cosmetics, and she was just like how her husband died. Yeah. And then like she started a makeup empire, and then it became big. And I'm like, that's not really failing. Like your husband dying isn't your fault. That's not failing. That's like a not like a misstep in life, but that's like an unfortunate event in your life. But that's not failing. Yeah. But he gives other examples like I can't remember which baseball player, but he's like one baseball player like you missed so much shots, but eventually became to be one of the greatest like hitters of like the past generation or something. I don't know.
Might have been Hank Aaron. That's cool.
Sorry?
Might have been Hank Aaron.
I think that was who it was. Yeah. Yeah, so he was just like talking about that, and he's just like, well, yeah, like he's like, it's not a matter of if you're gonna fail, it's when you're gonna fail. Yeah. And he's like, real. When you do fail, you need to learn how to get something out of it so you don't fail the same way. And he's like, the mistakes will come less and less, and when you do make mistakes or you do fail, it'll affect you less and less.
Yeah. One of my favorite basketball players of all time is Kobe Bryant. Did you know Kobe has the record for most missed shots in the NBA history?
It's because he has the most taken shots too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yo, you miss
100 shots you don't take.
Exactly. So like you gotta, sometimes you gotta miss your shots, bro. And it's that way in like almost all aspects of life, careers, dating. Like that's why, because like you gotta ask out bare girls to get bare girls. You know what I'm saying? Like no one shoots 100% with women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or like what's another example I can give? Sports, I guess, like like basketball, whatever. Like you gotta try, and you gotta fail, you gotta fall on your ass. And I feel like people are afraid to fail because of social media, because like when you do fail, it's out there in the open for everybody to see, right?
That's true.
So, and like I remember we talked about it last week in last week's episode. If you ever get into a fight on the internet, you better win that shit, because if you lose,
it's there forever.
It's there forever. And a lot of people are afraid of losing, not just in fights but in life, yeah. Because they're afraid that everyone's gonna see. But true say, like we all lose. It's just some people put it out there and some people don't.
Yeah, so. But some failures are scary, because what if you fail so hard you become homeless?
Bro, that's what I said. So when you said failing forward, I'm like, yo, what if you fail so bad you end up at ground zero again? So
I mean, but to be fair, like if you like, I don't know, like it depends. Like if you can really siphon the knowledge again and you end up homeless, I feel like you can definitely like bring it back. Like if you were to become homeless right now, like what would you do?
I don't know what I would do if homeless. Fuck. Like, okay, do I still have my family?
Let's say you're by yourself
and I'm homeless.
Mm-hmm. Having a family makes it too easy.
It makes it too easy, right?
Yeah.
If I was homeless and hypothetically I was by myself, I'm very confident that I'd figure it out. But it's like...
But that's like based off of like...
That's just based on my own self-belief, though.
Exactly. But it's also based off your experience. Like, you know what to do, right?
Yeah, like I'd go to a homeless shelter, I get myself cleaned up, I try to find a job, and just build that shit over again. That's tough, though.
It is tough. Ooh. But like, imagine if you're building it over with like knowledge you had from beforehand. Like, say you started a business, it did really well, and then it failed, but it failed because of like one critical aspect. You can literally just rebuild it back. Yeah. And then just like not make that same like mistake that you made beforehand, and it becomes bigger. But they could just fail again, lose it all again. But that's a problem for when it happens.
Didn't that happen to someone? Some businessman, he failed some business like 8 times or some shit. I don't know.
Wasn't it like Jeff Bezos? And
something like that.
Didn't he go bankrupt like 7 times or something like that?
Something like that. Some businessman. It might have been Walt Disney, low key. Walt Disney started some
Let's ask him. His head's frozen somewhere.
Huh? Yeah, right? Walt Disney started some studio and that shit flopped, and then he started Disney, and then eventually it popped off. It was somebody. Somebody went bankrupt like some stupid amount of times, and they eventually ended up being rich. But I don't know. That's life, bro. Like, you just gotta fail sometimes.
Colonel Sanders created KFC at like.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
What he did create at like 65?
He made KFC from his slaves.
Stand up to this day. Broke people should never.
Fine. How about the creator of Costco? There's two of them. They both made it when they're like 60, 65.
See, that's very impressive. Like, people who succeed way later in life is always super impressive to me.
Hold on. Let me. Businessmen who went bankrupt multiple times. Are you ready? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Who? I was right about what?
Walt Disney.
Oh, he went bankrupt?
Yeah. Henry Ford.
Yes. Henry Ford failed a bunch of times.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trick.
Donald Trick.
That's racist. Let me get more.
Oh, Anna Nicole Smith.
The actor?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't know she went bankrupt. I thought she was famous. H.J. Hines.
The ketchup guy?
I think so.
That's crazy.
That's great. Yo, his beard is crazy. Look at that.
Very impressive. I can't grow that
no
shit.
Chin,
No chin, just
jawline through the mustache. Yeah,
that's impressive.
Or George Foreman or Gary Coleman as That's funny. Period. I don't know who these Milton Hershey is. I think a founder of Hershey.
No way.
Larry King, my guy.
Shit. Rest in peace, Larry King. By the way.
No, Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant. Who the fuck is that?
I think he was one of the presidents of the United States. Yeah. MC Hammer.
Yes, he went bankrupt famously.
Is he still bankrupt?
No. That was years ago. He went bankrupt like in the 90s.
What is he working at like McDonald's now? What is he doing?
No. I don't know what he's doing, but I don't think he's bankrupt.
You don't know though. He could be.
Let's Google MC Hammer right now.
Do it.
Fucking working at UPS or some shit. It's crazy.